Krew Season Podcast. We are back again. This is episode 70. Those sounds you hear, Kenny T is in the building. OT is in the building.
Hello, everybody.
That shit was trash. Don't ever do that again.
It's so always trash, man. But the Dean is back in the motherfucking building. I'm ready to go.
Oh, man, it's good to be back, man. First and foremost, shout out to all our followers, all our listeners, Patreon members, first and foremost. Thank y'all for understanding the vacation. We've been hearing all of the talk. Everybody saying, when y'all coming back? When is the new content dropping? I thought, it felt like y'all thought maybe we was breaking up or something. Like we wasn't never coming back. I'm like, damn, bro, we just said we gonna be back on the 19th. We posted it on the, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to hear that.
You know what? They right. I'm out. You know what? I don't like none of these niggas come on, man. Fuck all that. It's gonna be the Dean show and the rest of them niggas.
So when y'all don't see him next week, you already know. You already know why.
An extended vacation.
Straight up and down. Sit his ass back on vacation.
I've been trying to get an extended vacation. slave quarters.
No. We need you. We need you. Can't afford for you to quit, son.
Over here.
Somebody got to take the fall for this shit. We got a lot to get to. That's the downfall of missing 2 weeks. We got a lot of ground to cover, man. So let's jump right in here. We're going to start with the NFL. John Gruden. Recently, Washington's owner has been under investigation for, all different types of crimes. So with that, feds rush in. They taking internet emails. They taking paperwork. They taking mail that was confiscated. They going in the office, taking boxes, taking everything, just trying to find evidence to, go with this trial that's upcoming. Now, in the midst of taking all these emails and documents and all of that, there were some eye-opening emails that were found, including John Gruden, in which he says some misogynist things. He says some homophobic things. He says some racist things. I ain't never seen a nigga touch all bases like that, you know what I'm saying, in one set of emails. But I think it was, 600,000 emails that they took. And he was one of the people that was found, doing some wild stuff. So I want to get y'all take on what was your initial reaction when these things came out about John Gruden?
They ain't gonna find him for the racist stuff. They didn't. He still coached the next game. But when the homophobic things came out, that's what moved the needle for him. Come on, man.
Which is ironic because Dave Chappelle in his new stand-up comedy segment said something about that. He used the baby as an example. He was like, the baby shot somebody in Walmart, shot a black dude in Walmart, and he and everybody was cool with it. That made him an even bigger star. Mm-hmm. But when he pissed off gay people, that's when it all went downhill.
That's when it stops.
So this situation, I feel like, was very, very similar because I think the racial stuff is what came out first. And they were saying, okay, that was a long time ago. The emails was 10 years ago, whatever the case may be. But then when the homophobic stuff came out, it's like, oh, nah, it's over with. He was released the same day,
He resigned.
He did resign. That's what they said. He resigned. So
like
technically, they didn't fire him.
If you know how business works.
Oh, I know.
He was pushed into resignation.
I feel you.
You can either walk out or get out.
Exactly. One of the two. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it was just eye-opening. I mean, I can't say that I was surprised, to be honest.
No.
Because I feel like that's how a lot of white men, especially older, rich white men, think. In terms of, some of the language that was used. But they'll come on TV and put that front on to protect the quote-unquote brand. But, it's time, it's time to actually ride for us. It's time to actually stand on something in terms of minority groups such as, the LGBTQ community and the black community and the Hispanic community, just minorities in general.
Is it really that many letters in?
Yep.
It's actually more of them.
It's a plus after that.
Yeah, it's a plus.
LGBTQ plus.
Yeah. But yeah, so when it's time to actually stand up for those groups, people go silent. But this is the type of conversation in these emails that be happening behind the scenes that nobody sees. So I think this was just a glance behind the curtain. But if you ask anybody that been dealing in corporate dealings or whatever, or people in the NFL, you heard some of the experts that been involved with these teams. They saying, I wasn't surprised. Wasn't surprised at all. Shannon Sharp being one of the main ones. He said, I wasn't surprised at all. This type of conversation happens all the time at these rich country clubs and different things like that, to where there's no microphones, no cameras, and they can really speak their mind. Mm-hmm. And that's what, John Gruden felt safe, which I don't really understand. You saying the stuff in emails, that's leaving paper trail. But
that's because whoever he was talking to was saying the same thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Had to.
Right.
I want to know who he was talking to.
Right.
That's what I want. That's what I want to know. And
600,000.
with y'all investigating this, if I'm the head of this and I'm finding this out about one team, I need everything. I need every team.
They did. They went and did a whole big search and said they didn't find nothing else
Except his stuff. Yeah. Except John Gruden.
Except John Gruden. He was the only one talking
Somebody
like
had to
this.
take the fall.
So we all know how money and power work, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I just want to know. I just want to say, hey,
We all know that somebody had to take the fall. That's what we do.
Oh, of course.
Somebody had to take the fall.
Somebody got to fall on the knife for everybody to walk over.
And that's why he resigned. He probably said, just resign. We'll throw you this bag underneath the window. You just got to take this fall.
You know how
the Raiders ain't going to win the Super Bowl anyway, so go ahead, just get rid of it.
Mm-mm. And John Gruden is a coach. The people that was under investigation is owners. So who you think that they going to make take the fall? Exactly. Damn sure not one of the owners.
Yeah.
So,
Not no billionaire.
Look, son, we gonna take care of you forever. We're gonna take care of you and your family forever. Goddamn me. You'll be back on TV in about 5 years when they go silent, and you be good. And that's what's gonna happen.
You're right. And that's wild to think about, but you 100% right.
Yeah, he gonna end up
That's what's
commentating.
He gonna for real. He gonna go back to commentating because he was great at that. He was good. So shit. 5 years when shit go silent, we gonna see John Gruden. He gonna be on a little show.
Signs to
and just slowly
CBS covering college ball.
Yeah.
Work his way back.
straight up.
And in a 3-year period, he gonna be covering Monday Night Football. Apologize on the first night, and that's the last you gonna hear.
Facts.
I'll tell you who do need to go on an investigation. This damn tree behind me. This shit always on my back. It's got something against light-skinned people.
Like you gotta spin it a little bit. Spin it.
Last time I spin that motherfucker attacked me. You never seen no tree come to life that was fake.
Damn, now you can't get back up. It's,
Like, man, look at that.
No, ain't
man,
gonna
look.
There you go.
Feed me, Seymour. That's all I hear in the back of my head. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that movie.
they don't know about it. Too young for that. Too young for that.
Seymour, they went outside for that. Well, they went inside for that. They went inside for that. Yeah.
Feed me, Seymour.
Look here, we're gonna stay in the NFL. Ex-NFL player Terrell Pryor. If y'all remember correctly, he got into a situation with his girl to where she stabbed him. And everybody was wondering why, whatever the case may be.
She killed that man.
He flatlined twice.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
And what was it over again? I can't exactly remember what it was over. I think it was over.
Like not going out? Some shit? Like it was something.
Yeah, it was something like that.
About going out.
Yeah, somebody going out with her friends or.
Yeah, he wanted her to leave, and she didn't want to leave.
Yep. So she stabbed him in the chest twice. He flatlined twice and came back to life, but he took her back and got her charges reduced, and she served no jail time. Now he is going to jail for throwing pumpkins at her for not wanting to leave the club.
Pumpkins in the where the hell you find the
That's what I'm
pumpkins
trying
at?
to figure out.
In the yard. Halloween season.
The yard of the club.
Was in the club, found some pumpkins. That's a wild scene.
Oh, it was in the club?
You throwing pumpkins at somebody.
Yeah, it's Halloween. They had pumpkins everywhere for decoration.
For not wanting to
And
leave
2
the
years
club.
in jail.
That's the closest
How
item.
do you get 2 years in jail? There must be some, domestic violence going on underneath the radar. That the judge and said, "Hey, I don't need y'all fighting no more and doing all this," and he crossed the line again.
They shouldn't even be together.
And she pressed charges. Now, when she stabbed him and killed him, he dropped the charges.
Well, she
But
killed him twice.
Yeah, twice. He dropped the charges on her, let her out, whatever the case may be. And then now that, they got into this situation, she's pressing charges on him. So now he about to go to jail for real.
She was really there for the money, man.
That pussy is the Grim Reaper.
It's not. Generally death.
That pussy is death. Ain't no way that some vagina that killed. I done flatlined twice from that thing. I come back and say no. I want you back.
That's wild, bro.
What?
Do it again.
Do it again.
I don't want no
You
parts of
got an
it like
adrenaline
that.
rush or some shit.
Get that thing
I don't
away
want
from
nothing to
me.
do with that, Jimmy.
Yeah, so it's I don't know, man. It's a messy situation. Prayers out to all parties involved, man. That's all I can say about that. I don't know, like domestic violence situations like that, stabbings and throwing pumpkins at each other. Like I'm just too old. I'm 30 now. I'm 31 now. Even when I was younger, I'm
play
cool.
that shit.
Don't felt the energy.
Nah, man. It's just
I don't tolerate that that type of disrespect. Putting your hands on somebody or even threatening somebody.
Right.
Don't walk up to me with a knife. Don't play that crazy girl shit because you will be single right then and there.
in jail. Because I'm pressing charges.
And I'm not backing off.
She hurt me.
I'm not backing off the charge. I need everything.
Thanks, bro. Like Jesus Christ.
Fullest extent.
I can't even go to sleep at night. Nigga. You done threatened my life. Come
That's
on, man.
wow.
Now I got PTSD.
You imagine like if she done stabbed you, killed you twice, and now you got to sleep next to her in the bed every night.
You sleeping next to Chucky.
That's crazy.
Damn, Chucky's bride.
I told you I get a little crazy.
They wasn't outside for that either. Man. They wasn't outside for that either. We gonna stay on toxic femininity because that's what that is.
I like it.
I say this with my chest. There are far more women struggling to find love in relationships than men. Yes, I agree, bad men exist, but these men are created, not born. And I'll tell you what's causing this. Toxic feminism. What feminism does is simultaneously teach women to detest masculine traits in men, but cultivate them in themselves. So for instance, a man that cheats is trash, but a woman who cheats is a bad bitch. Or a man that sexualizes women is misogynistic, but a woman should sell her nudes online and she's a bad bitch. But the biggest problem with feminism is that it makes women reject their feminine traits. So they no longer want to be loyal or nurturing. As a result, we're breeding a generation of men who no longer aspire to provide, protect, and most importantly, respect women because they can access them and replace them. So yes, men are struggling to find love, but it might be because this generation of women is not what they want.
Thoughts?
Interesting.
Thoughts?
Very, very interesting.
Interesting.
We in the Halloween spirit around it. Okay.
Very.
I mean, I agree 100%. As far as toxic femininity, I think femininity is a different situation than what she's talking about. She talking about like toxic femininity in terms of like, I want to get rid of men in society. Like that's the mindset of what a lot of these women be preaching. Like men are worthless, men are not worth nothing. Like we can do everything that they can do, whatever the case may be. Anytime that they violate, they wrong. Anytime we violate, it's their fault, or there's a valid reason as to why we're violating. Just like the cheating situation, we talk about it all the time. When a man cheats, he's the worst person in the world. But when a woman cheats, it's okay. What did he do to force her to that point? It's like understanding. It's like validation there. Like I feel like that's toxic femininity. And because it's so prevalent on social media, it's kind of brainwashing a lot of women to just follow that wave. The same way this, quote unquote red pill community is doing to men on YouTube and all these social media sites as well. It got dudes talking damn near to where they sound like they hate women. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like everything is the woman's fault and, whatever the case may be. So it's like, I don't know. It's, social media is creating a land of extremes, in my opinion. And people are so caught up in these extremes that they forgetting that it's a lot of room in the middle.
A ton of room.
For balance. But the way they talk, it sounds like it's not. So what's your thoughts on that? Have you had an experience with toxic femininity, and what does it look like to you?
I have no comment. Fuck them.
Damn.
I haven't ran into too many toxic, femininity type of women, like those extremes. I mean, you see it on social media a lot.
Right.
But I mean, some of that just comes with those unrealistic expectations too, and just following the social media guide and what social media says is right or acceptable and not, and instead of thinking for yourself, they kind of just sway, into that category and act like that because of what social media is doing, what they see some of their friends do, what they, you following stuff like that on TikTok. Now they put that in your algorithm, and that's all you watching. Mm-hmm. So that's feeding your mind every day, and you slowly becoming that person.
You know what I think?
So
all that shit cap, bro.
What's cap?
All that shit. All that shit gonna be talking, all that shit that no women should do. You meet these women in person, man, they fold just like the rest of them.
Depending on who you are.
They fold just the way they be talking, they not folding to no man. So if it's depending on who you are, which it is, all that shit you talking about, you lying
all the time.
You putting on the stage.
Yes.
Like, come on, bro, you not really living like that. Nigga, check your whole life. You married with 3 kids happily. Stop it.
No, for real.
And he run your whole household. Stop it, bro.
That's true.
Stop it, bro.
They be putting on the front for social media.
Tell the truth. I am a loving wife. My husband I work too, but my husband take care of what he gotta take care of. Just say that, bro. Niggas ain't gonna be mad at you for that, man. The world ain't gonna be mad. You know what I'm saying? That's too boring. It's not interesting. Yeah, that ain't polarizing no more.
But at the same time, I think like a lot of these women, when they are speaking like this on social media, they are single at the time. But it's like they dig themselves so deep of a ditch to where when I get into a relationship and I actually have a man, but it done been men ain't shit, men are trash for all these years.
Gotta keep it
to where you got to stand on it now.
Yeah, sis, we ride with you, sis.
You know what I'm saying? But in her personal life, you know, which they like to keep private, but they villainize men for keeping private. If we just going, but that's another conversation for another day. Mm-hmm. But you done spent years of pushing this men are trash rhetoric, men are worthless rhetoric. And then you get a man, and now you got to keep him silent and stand on that.
Come on, man.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know, man.
Or when they do that and pop up pregnant.
Right.
It's like, hold on. I thought men were trash. I thought, when did you have time to have sex?
Right.
Risk you losing your whole good-ass relationship because you want the perception to be there.
Right.
So stupid ass, nah.
And it's like, man, we ain't gonna care. Like, cause if she bad, we gonna hit her anyway. I don't care what she talking about on social media. So that's what be happening. But now you done put yourself in a situation where you a single mother now, and you on here preaching this rhetoric where women should be more empowered. Women should do this. Women should, you know, these men ain't worth nothing. And you fall right into the trap that the rest of these women you preaching to are. But you want to keep it silent. We don't never see a baby daddy posted. We don't never see no baby shower pictures posted. No, none of that posted. But all of a sudden, you just pregnant now.
And then you know what's crazy? All of them just have a baby sitting on the side.
Somewhere.
Everybody got a baby hidden. How the hell you talk about vetting the man and choosing the right? You couldn't even choose the right man.
Right.
Obviously. You ain't seen your baby daddy in 5 years. How old your kid is? 5. Damn. Did he even hold the kid?
He didn't even sign a birth certificate.
You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't even know.
But you know how to vet a man. You can tell another woman, cause this is what you do. You didn't even do it. But you talking about, yeah, I'm big dogging this. I don't need no man for nothing. Obviously you do. You got this, if you ain't need a man for nothing, why you chasing him down for child support? Obviously you want him there.
Why you that nigga 4th baby mama?
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I didn't know he had kids. Obviously you ain't doing what you was supposed to do. Obviously. So you lying on here. People taking advice from liars.
We about to get to that a little later. About to get to that a little later. Come on, man. But yeah, so just hearing all of this and just looking at this, I start to think, like, what is the end game for these type of women? Like what's the end goal? If like men are trash, man ain't worth nothing, men are this, whatever, it's always man's fault. Like, what is the end goal of this? Like, what are y'all hoping to accomplish?
You don't have one.
Because I thought like the end goal was like unity amongst us.
Nope.
Or like equal rights or whatever the case may be. But it don't sound like they striving for equal rights. It sounds like they making progress and trying to push men down at the same time.
Only black men. They only do that to black men.
Right.
No,
they only do that to black men. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, they put all other races of men on a pedestal in comparison to us.
For real.
That's just honest.
Apparently they saying all men.
No.
Because you're on TikTok, I'm just going off TikTok and stuff, you'll see white women posting how men doing this, doing that. Mostly,
how they look?
Mostly like white women.
How they look?
It just depends on. It's the same scale.
Oh,
some trash, some is
they not up to
fine. It just depends on who you is.
That's why.
Same scale, yeah.
Because every white woman I've seen that has some type of looks, they be married to a prominent white man, and they know they roll. You know what I'm saying? Any big, I'm just saying this. Any girthy white woman that I've ever seen, they don't have their shit together. You know what I'm saying? That's just real. Let's say older white women, they've been married all of, you know what I'm saying? They had that. But a younger woman like that, no. So she gonna be talking that type of rhetoric. Why? Because you can't land what you want. Is that really on that side or is that on you?
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're gonna stay on the topic of this. There was a clip that came out and I think it was called "Why Struggle with a Man When I Can Do Bad by Myself." Right. So I'm gonna play this and I want to get y'all response to it.
Is this Tyler Perry?
I don't know.
That so many females and some men have nowadays. Why struggle with a man? Why would I be doing bad with a man when I can do bad all by myself? Or I can do better by myself? You don't have teamwork skills. You don't work well with others. Bitch, you don't know how to communicate. Ho, you don't know how to operate in a household where everything don't just go your way. That is why you do better by yourself.
That's a fact.
Y'all mamas didn't tell y'all this part. They told y'all the first part, well, you shouldn't be struggling with a man. She ain't tell you that if you don't acquire the skills to work well with others, bitch, you won't be able to do better with others. This is why a lot of y'all don't understand the concept that you can be in a group or a team and things should be going better. But if y'all don't know how to organize, if you don't know how to manage emotions, if you don't got boundaries, you will use one another up. You will always feel like a victim if you don't have goals and the right mindset. If you can't take personal accountability for your choices, you will be in a space where it will feel like it's worse with a partner than it is by yourself.
Jesus Christ, man.
Y'all be thinking y'all be knowing everything and don't be knowing a fuck thing. Typing up these posts with great attitude in them, you could tell. Don't argue with me, argue with your mammy. No, you should actually go argue with your mammy for telling you that half truth. She didn't bring it all the way full circle. The stuff you just typed don't make sense. The shit you run around saying to niggas don't make sense. Well, why would I stay with you and struggle when I can just be? It works out well when you're by yourself because you don't know how to work with others. You ever seen children that don't know how to share? They don't know how to play with other children because all they feel like is everything belongs to them. So they don't share their toys. They don't know how to play games to take turns. Don't know how to let somebody go and then they go after or they go first and then move out of the way and let the other person go. So your kid be sitting off crying by themselves with no friends, no social relationships. Nobody wants to be around them. They can be as spoiled as they want. You can buy them all the nice clothes. They can be the best dressed in the class and bitch, they'll be miserable. Nobody wants to play with your little fine ass little son. His little cute self don't got no friends because the nigga don't share. The little girl don't know how to be friends with other kids. Don't know how to like be in a space where you're not bullying or always trying to make things go your. That is why you hoes do better by yourself than with a partner. And then the other thing is you don't know how to pick them. You don't know how to pick them. What you mean? So we sharing men? Y'all be slow as they come. You don't know how to pick them. You pick people that they don't have their basics together. So when you mix your life with him, of course you're doing worse with him because he didn't even have enough to be at the table with you, and that's still your fault. Still not his fault. Bitch, if you met me and I ain't got no car, not my own place to live, don't got no stable income, and you come mix your stability with mine and then cry because you're doing worse, that was your bad. What you thought the fuck was going to happen when you take 2 and put a -1 with it? Bitch, you're going to get less. How did you think you was adding when the person that you mixed yourself with, got less? That's still a you problem.
Hey, first and foremost, shout out to Love Dorsey, man. Y'all follow on Instagram. That won't be preaching gospel. Jesus Christ,
Hey,
man.
Off the kid situation, right?
Wow.
Just off that kid situation, right?
Amen again.
Just imagine, just apply that simple kid logic right there to adult.
It always translates.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To a adult and how they gonna respond. Like you ain't gonna know how to do nothing out here. So then you gonna become a feminist or misogynist. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what you gonna become. That's what you training your kid to become. Because you don't have and that's simple skills. That's simple skills that you must pick up. And you blaming everybody else because you didn't pick them skills up. No, go blame your mama, man. Go blame your mama, man. Go blame your mama and your dad that you didn't pick up these simple skills. I don't know how to function because of y'all. That's what you need to be saying. You don't know how to function with the other side because of your mama and your daddy. That's what it is. Not because of the world. You know what I'm saying? Now you can you can unlearn that. You know what I'm saying? Because working with somebody requires a lot of sacrifice.
Right.
It requires a lot of that. And if you're not willing to sacrifice and understand what you're looking at, you ain't gonna never pick the right person. You ain't gonna never know what you doing. You gonna always be a baby mama, or you gonna always be a runaway father where you never see your kids. You just popping women and getting out the way. You a deadbeat dad. You gonna always be that because you don't know how to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's always been about you. It's never about we. So if you never pick up we skills, how the fuck you know what we look like? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel her though. I feel that's the preacher of the week right there.
That's gospel.
Can I just be the one popping women?
No, it ain't no problem with that. It ain't no problem with that. It's just when dudes do that.
I'll share.
That's true.
Oh my!
Hey,
Why can't we be friends?
that's facts.
Why can't we?
It's a difference from popping people, from men and women. It's a difference from that and building something with somebody.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Like everybody know, hey, if we just having a good time, hey, look, hey, enjoy your time with me. Mm-hmm. But if you looking to build something, how you gonna build anything when you don't know how what building requires? Building requires sacrificing and that's with business. That's with everything you're gonna do in your life. Building anything requires
Yep.
And if you never pick up skills, you're never gonna have down. Every great business person, I give a fuck who they is on this planet, man or woman, they got as a team. I understand what my team need. I gotta delegate.
Have to.
Your marriage, your relationship works the same. If I lack in this, let me delegate this to my partner. Mm-hmm. Goddamn me. Yeah, we started off walking, but we came together with our income. We went and got a car. Bam, 2 years later, we went and got another car. Now we don't need each other for a car no more. Right? Y'all keep elevating. But motherfuckers don't do it like that. And then in this day and age, people ain't got that type of time to even wait that time. Right? Because all that shit come in time, and when you starting from the bottom.
They want it now.
You get what I'm saying? But you wanna act like, oh man, it's your fault. Oh, it's their fault. It's everybody else. But it's your fault. Nigga, it's your fault. It's your fault you ran out on the kids. It's your fault that you a baby mom and you ain't know that this dude was gonna run out on your kid. You fell in love with the perception. You knew he ain't had nothing for the table and he didn't even have a chair. You gave him the chair. What you talking about? It's a cold game, baby.
Got nothing to add to that.
Okay,
man.
hey, we're smoothing
Boy
it back.
cooking, you gotta let him go, man.
You gotta let him cook. But not, just to add,
I build a we roster.
He go with that bullshit.
I don't feel like pandering today, so I'm just going.
That nigga say I build a we roster.
I'm just gonna go with the flow.
You say you ain't got the energy for it today.
I'm gonna be like water.
Like Bruce Lee.
and still.
Oh man, okay, man. We gonna keep it pushing. Recently there was a dope interview on Breakfast Club. Guy named Jason Wilson, who wrote a book. Can't think of the name of the book. Damn, I need to start doing my research for these. But he wrote a dope book. I'm gonna research it and I'm gonna put it in the description on the pod so y'all can go check it out. But I think it's something in terms of it's okay for a man to cry or something like that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we got Google right now. Just check it up while I'm just introducing it. But
Hey, facts department, get that right quick.
I know. We got to come up with a name for somebody over
Cry
there.
Like a Man and what was that other one?
Might be Cry Like a Man.
I think it's just Cry Like a Man.
He had two.
Yeah, but
both of them had something about cry.
Yeah. But yeah, so essentially, he wrote these books about
Battle Cry.
Yeah, he wrote these books about something that we touch on this part all the time. Just about men being a bit more expressive in their relationships and just trying to find that balance in terms of communication. So I'm just going to play the clip and then I want to get y'all response to what he has to say.
You once said when a man says he's tired, pay attention. Mm-hmm. Expound on that a little bit.
Yeah, the suicide rate amongst men, we're 3 to 4 times as likely to die by suicide than our women. 9 out of 10 people who live to be over 100 are women. Over 70% of homicides are by men in the United States. So long we tell each other, we give each other pounds, stay strong, brother. Mm-hmm. Subconsciously, that's telling us when we're weak, we're not a man. You can't stay strong. I can just put the bar, a 45-pound Olympic, tell you to hold an Olympic bar out on the bench press. Say, I want you to hold that till tomorrow. You won't.
That's a fact.
We have to be careful of the misleading mantras that we say. what doesn't kill you can only make you stronger. That's not true. Or everything in moderation. No, less than an ounce of cyanide will kill you. So we have to be careful how we program ourselves. So when a man is tired, a strong man is tired. When I say believe him, what I mean is welcome him to rest. Allow him to decompress. You're tired, brother. What do you need from me? I don't need to ask you to do something else. You got to understand, when you're like us community servants, no one will ever stop you from helping them. You have to stop yourself. And that's what I mean by that. So many of us, we work past fatigue, again, for that affirmation. It's hard to say no. And that's one of the greatest things I've learned to master is saying no. I can always come back to say yes, but when I say yes first, now I'm committed to something, and then I'm typically operating in frustration. And so now when a strong man tells you he's tired, believe it, and then do something about it to help him rest and recover. If not, just like an athlete, Kevin Durant, for instance, when he went back too soon after the injury.
That's right.
We go right back out after someone gets killed in our family. We expect life to be normal. My mother passed in 2016. I expect just to forget it and keep moving, and it still crushes my heart to this day. No, it takes time. And as brothers, and sisters, we need to be patient and loving and understanding, and grieving is a lifelong process. Healing is a lifelong process, and as we always say, there's no point of arrival. It's a constant state of evolving, becoming better.
Thoughts?
I agree with every word he said.
Preaching gospel. That's a lot of wisdom.
You know, a nigga with a bald head, a gray beard, and glasses.
You know what? Do you know what's coming?
He go that same tone. Hey, my brother, you know when it's going.
Hey, it's wisdom.
Even when he's screaming at you, hey, my brother, look.
Yeah.
I will whoop your ass.
This ain't the route you want to take, my brother. Stay strong.
Out of love. Kick your ass out of love. It's going to hurt me more than it will hurt you.
I lied. It's really going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me.
But stay strong.
Man, but again, shout out to Jason Wilson. I feel like that was very profound. We speak about it all the time on here. There isn't a lot of space for a man to be expressive. There isn't room, especially black men in general, because that's what we are. So that's what we can speak to. It's not a lot of room for us to take breaks. It's not a lot of room for us to have off days, for us to gather ourselves. Like, we got to be on point all the time, because of this gap that we have economically. Because of this loss of respect that we have from our women. We constantly in a state of proving ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Just like he gave the Kevin Durant example, right? This man tore his Achilles. Most players don't even come back from that at all. Or they'll come back and they are a shell of what they used to be. But, he tore his Achilles and tried to come right back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm trying to prove something. I got something to prove, because he got critics saying, this not your team. You getting carried by the Warrior system, da-da-da-da. So in his head is eating away at his confidence. So, and this is one of the top 2 greatest players in the world, still feeling like he got something to prove, that he got to rush back. So you can imagine what a regular man feels like, who may not be getting the respect he think he deserved from his woman, or respect he think he deserved from his family. It's like, we got to go all out. We can't take a day off. My daddy was one of them people that was working 15, 16-hour days, sometimes 6-7 days a week. And, I used to ask, like, Pop, why don't you take time off? He say, boy, I ain't got time to take no time off. We got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that mindset. So it's like, where do you take the time to regroup and gather yourself at?
I think most of the time we're scared to take that time, honestly. Like, even when the space is there, like, we know, hey, this is a good space to just be like, hey, just be open with it, and we be like, you know what? Nah, let me find something else to just dig myself a deeper hole, use some more of my time, because I ain't got time. Time is, so precious.
Right.
Let me go find something else to do. I just don't want to relax and, just blow off the hot air, or whatever they call, whatever analogy they use. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we do have that space to, just say no and relax, but we don't use it. We don't want to let nobody down.
Exactly.
Even when the people that are around us are like, hey, you ain't letting me down, we still have that thing in our head like, oh shit, they just saying that just to say it.
I ain't doing enough.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I tell my dad that all the time, like, just relax. Like, he like you always want to be a provider. You know, have to like if you're not doing something, it's like
not being a man.
Like you're worthless, and you're really not. Just relax. Just you know what I'm saying? Just take some time off. You know, go blow some steam off. Go fishing. Go do something.
And I mean, it's funny you say that because now that we getting older and we kind of dealing with some of the same stuff that our fathers was dealing with growing up, I understand it now. Even when I do take time off, I feel guilty as hell. Mm-hmm. I feel like, damn, I could be, editing, or I could be researching this marketing, or I could be, trying, looking for a better paying situation or whatever the case may be. And it's like I'm here sipping mimosas and just cooling, not doing nothing. And the world is constantly moving. Everybody else is steadily advancing. They're steadily working, and I'm taking time off. I feel like I'm falling behind.
Exactly.
And that's a dangerous mindset to have. And I think that contributes to why the suicide rates are so high, because it's a constant state of pressure.
We're always in competition too.
Exactly.
With each other.
Yep.
Like you can me, I make 6 figures and I'm still in competition with something.
Yep.
Like I'm not doing enough. I want to do this. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Social media plays a part in that. I see this on social media. I want this car now. I want this type of house. I gotta work hard. I gotta do this. And I just don't take the time to be like, man, I'm living good.
Right. Right.
That's why most of the time I don't show up to shoot the podcast. I'd be like, man, I'm tired. I'm done. Let me relax. And then they force me to come up here on this pod. Matter of fact, don't call the cops right now. Don't cut my mic off. Y'all be forced me to
all that.
We don't give a damn about your mental health.
They had a problem with my mental health right now.
Give a damn about it. Bring your ass to the floor.
I nigga say blink twice quick if you need so much serious.
They on my
keep over there winking. Keep over there winking.
Cat bad ass.
Morse code.
Y'all still ain't showed up yet. Y'all supposed to bust through the door.
But that's real, man. So it's like, as being, I'm real big on solutions lately. So like, how do y'all feel like that we quell that? How do we fix that? How do we change that mindset? How do we be more appreciative of our situation? Because I know a lot of, all of us on this panel for damn sure is constantly grinding towards something else, which is cool. But oftentimes we'll like miss moments because of that. Yeah. Or like we'll like accomplish something and we'll be, oh, that's cool, and boom, it's on to the next thing.
To the next thing.
Man,
10 minutes later.
I really been hard down thinking about that lately. Like for the last 2 weeks, like how do I just be comfortable where I'm at, enjoying what I have, and enjoying like I sit there and be like, a lot of people don't have this opportunity that I have. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think it's just, stop being in competition with everybody else and stop being in competition with yourself too. Like congratulate yourself. Like wake up and be like, damn, congratulations. Mm-hmm. You did this.
Right.
You don't have to prove to nobody else that you need to do more, or you're less of a man because you're doing this, or, you're here. For my situation, I make a certain amount of money, but then I'm staying with my parents. Mm-hmm. No, I'm competition with everybody. Oh, you got all this money, but you staying with your parents. No, you know what? I'm happy with what I'm doing right now.
Right. And that's all that matters.
I'm comfortable living, and I'm taking the steps now to move forward at my pace.
Exactly.
Of what I want to do. And I take the time to, when I'm tired, I chill out. It's no forcing myself to do a lot of things.
Right.
I do this podcast because I like chilling with my boys. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm tired, but it's a different type of tired from physically tired and like just emotionally draining.
Right.
Like this is not just work to me. This is just a way to release my tiredness with my boys. I'd say it's therapeutic.
Right.
I could conversate with them about this type of stuff that I wouldn't be able to talk to anybody else. So yeah, I think it's just taking the time out yourself as a man, and just and accept those environments. If you have a woman around you, be open to just talk to her. If you don't have a woman beside you, go see a therapist.
Yep.
Schedule it for 4 times in a month. Excuse me, for 4 times in a month, or for 2 months straight. I don't say see a therapist for a year, because if you guys see them for a year, I don't think they're doing their job. But 2 months out, and they can help you. I really do think therapists help you see things from another light that you don't see it from.
Yeah, because they got an unbiased view.
Yep.
Yeah, I also feel like we need to lean on each other more too.
Facts.
I feel like we don't do that enough, and it's because of that competitive thing in our head. Just like all of us, like we got love for each other. I mean, that goes without saying, but we are still all pushing each other, which is a form of competition to do more. You know what I'm saying? Just like when Kenny pull up in a new whip, first thing in my head is like, okay, shit, it's time to step my shit up, bro. Out here doing what you got to do. I gotta climb. You know what I'm saying? So it's a constant situation of that more so, and it kind of prevents us from talking to each other as much as we should be, or being as vulnerable with each other as much as we should be, because we always want to feel like, you know,
I'm right there,
right? You know what I'm saying? Or we. Damn, it's like you don't want to show weakness, and not so much that like, you know, like a malicious thing, but it's like I don't want to let my boy or make my boy feel like I'm going backwards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's damn
I can hold my weight.
Right. Yeah. Right. So, but in reality, you know, I might be dealing with something, you know, just like when my homie passed recently. I didn't really talk about it as much. But what I was supposed to do, right, is link up with my guys and talk about it and get it off my chest and all of that. But I kind of just shelved up. I kind of got introverted. I kind of, you know, and that's what a lot of us do. Even in situations that's not that dire, you know, somebody could be married married to their girl for 10 years or whatever the case may be, get a divorce or something, and it'll be a simple conversation. Yeah, bro, it wasn't what it was, but I'm on to something else, and that's the end of it. It's like, nah, bro, that was a relationship. Like, that's a big thing in your life. Like, let's really sit down and let's unpack it.
Yeah.
But we don't never really unpack it like that. So I feel like we need to lean on each other more, and the therapy that Kenny talking about. And if you got a woman, putting it off on her more, because we damn sure don't open up to our women in terms of, you know, stuff that we feel is weak or makes us super vulnerable.
Makes us look weak, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I think it's got to be a combination of things, but it starts with a mindset. We got to stop being so embarrassed and so ashamed to not be on top of our game at all times. And I think that's, you know.
Like, one thing with me, like, which is I'll share, which was extremely humbling after I'm already a humble person, I feel. And, like, just going back to me being laid off, making less than half of what I was already bringing in, but I was still able to get out and do stuff that I wanted to do. Like, it was just crazy how everything kind of made its way back around, because, like I said, nothing is consistent. I'm grinding, working my ass off, posting videos, and then, you know, 1 week I may have 3-4 clients, then the next week nigga got 12, you know, just out of nowhere, because just the work that you put in from months before,
right.
It's like, oh, hey, I seen this post here, oh, I seen this post there, and it's like, damn, like, that shit worked like that, and it keeps you looking forward to something. It's like, okay, if I just keep at this pace, you know what I'm saying, I'll get something consistent, and then it's gonna grow, and then you start looking at future stuff, but in that moment, sometimes it's like it don't feel like it's worth it,
right.
But then I always had to sit back and realize, especially during that time, I was like, nigga, I'm getting up. You getting up and making your own schedule, bro. Like, if you don't want to pick up a client, you ain't got to pick up a client. But, you know what I'm saying? And I had people like, damn, you'll train at 5:30. I was like, yeah, nigga, what else I'm doing? 5:30 a.m.? Yes. You want to work out? Yes, let's do it. 8 o'clock.
Your ass and on your feet.
You know what I'm saying? 8 o'clock at night? Yes. I ain't tripping. This is money to be made. And whenever you sit back, too, and have a lot of time and you trying to work towards something, you just see all the potential, you know what I'm saying, that's out there.
Right.
And how valuable time really is, and how you can set your own price and get what you need to get and work in less than half the time. So I'm like, and then it's, you know, but it's, you know, coming straight to me. Ain't no middleman. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying, divvy, nothing like that. This is my service. This is what I provide. Boom. And let's go with it. And that taught me a lot. And it really, like, humbled me even more, because it made me appreciate just everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't need certain things to get by. You don't need certain things to have fun. You don't need all this to take trips and just really enjoy yourself. It's like, if you wanted to live life reduced, you really could.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We just choose to do the extra stuff.
Yeah, be in a rat race.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
I'm very
I
extra.
love it.
Very, yeah. I'm very over the top. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Need y'all to feel me
But
when I'm jumping off the top rope. Yeah, I need y'all to feel me.
But that don't mean my boys need to be extra with me. Let's put it that way. Don't be pawning your extraness onto your boys, because a lot of people do that. Oh, man, I'm about to go do this. I want to do this. Oh, hey, well, you can't do that? All right, bye.
I'm staying at home.
Do? Okay, cool. I'll fit you in. Let's go. Come on.
Right. I stay within my lane, but you better believe I'm off the rope with it. Yeah?
I'm gonna find some rope to jump off of.
You know what I'm saying?
If it's the power cable,
I'm in the arena.
Somebody gonna hold a rope.
When it's my time to shine, the arena gonna feel me. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, that's what I'm with.
But yeah, so, at the end of the day, man, I think we just all got to level up, together and lean on each other more and just kind of try to take that pressure off of us, man. It's hard being a black man out here. It is. I know a lot of people say that shit sound cliche, but it's facts. But
and I'll help you carry on for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on me. Come on. When you're not strong.
Y'all sound so trash.
This musical podcast is brought to you by we ain't got no sponsorship yet, but I'm just trying to add that in there. Hey, that's how we can do it.
Gotta speak it into Productions. Oh my God, we gonna get into quick hits, man.
Carry on. Call on me, brother, when you need a man. We all need somebody to lean on. Come on, man.
Boy, hey, I hope y'all know our fans know y'all sound trash.
But they the ones keep asking for
it. It ain't
shit.
About the sound. It's about the feel.
It's about the feeling. It's about enjoying yourself.
Damn me.
It's about being vulnerable in your environment.
We ain't doing that. We ain't tying that back to that.
See, that's the problem now. Can't be vulnerable.
Hell no. Okay.
Peacock, I'm trying to fly.
Nah, sit your ass down, sir. Recently, I was involved in a conversation. Shout out to the Lapeef Network. I was on there for their Kings Talk that they have every Tuesday or whatever. And we was discussing like the dynamics of a relationship, right? Now, these are men that are a great deal older than me, I would say. And their idea of like how a man should run a relationship was very, very traditional in terms of like, hey, I'm the man. Like you got to kind of demand the power. You got to kind of, announce the fact that you the man and kind of move that way and, quote unquote, take your power back in a relationship.
Okay.
When we say traditional, we mean he pay all the bills, but everything he says goes.
Right. I mean, it's essentially.
Essentially.
Okay.
Essentially. But, they asked me how my relationship ran. And I was like, well, my relationship, again, I'm not that type of man. Like, I wouldn't, because one of the significant things that we was talking about on there, right, was like your woman chasing her purpose versus you chasing your purpose. They felt like a man should chase his purpose almost blindly to the fact of like, I'm the man, I'm the leader, I'm gonna chase my purpose. Your purpose is me. Like you should be supporting me.
To serve me.
There is no room for you to chase your purpose if I'm chasing mine.
She's a servant.
Essentially. So how I took that, and I got to talk, they asked me about how my relationship ran, and I was like, I don't agree with that. I feel like as a man, I should be able to chase my purpose, and I don't need nobody's help. As far as, as far as me reaching my goals or whatever. Don't get me wrong, like it's cool to get the support from your woman, and of course that's what you want. But I would never step on my wife's chasing her purpose for me to get mine. No, we can chase it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And then say if we got kids or whatever the case may be, then we can figure that out. I'm making enough money. I can afford daycare. I can afford a nanny to come in. You know what I'm saying? While you studying for your exams and you doing what you got to do to further your situation, I'm over here doing what I got to do to further my situation. I feel like that's very possible today. But they were saying in terms of they don't believe in that. They believe that society should go back to quote unquote traditional ways in terms of a man demanding his power back and leading his relationship, ruling his relationship, and his woman's purpose is his purpose.
I think
is
they
him.
wasn't thinking farther enough, right? Because
I think that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my goddamn life.
that's real. Because
That's the selfishest shit I've ever heard
that's
in
real.
my life.
That's real too. Because I'm thinking about a marriage and how statistics and numbers work. Most marriages, the man die first. The man die younger. The wife live on for another 10, 15 years, right?
Hold tight, Smooth. Just not to cut you off, but I wanted to give a bit more context.
Okay.
Because while we was discussing this, Kevin Samuels chimed in. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. We got a lot of respect for him, all of that. But he chimed in, and he had some things to say in the comments in terms of what I was saying. Right? He was saying like that men in this era are too romantic. They are too inclusive of what it is that their woman wants instead of chasing their purpose. He said that, his idea of it is like in most, civilization prior to this, we were advancing as a civilization at a rapid pace, and it was because everybody knew their roles as far as the man being at the front and everybody else around him supporting that man.
Okay.
Right. So when I was saying how my situation runs, he was in disagreement. And he was saying like, men need to stop being so quote unquote romantic. Okay. And need to go chase their purpose and let the woman, his woman, fall in line. Right. So there was a video that he posted, I guess, after, because Lapidna was trying to bring him up on stage. But I think he was at the airport, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just gonna find
Advancing as a civilization in whose eyes?
That's a great question.
Or in a woman's eyes.
Here we go. I'm just gonna play his, because he was in the comments typing these things, and then I guess he felt so moved that he made a video. So I'm just gonna play it.
What's going on? What is going on, man? Nieces and nephews, kinfolks and cousins. What's up? Your godfather's back in the house, and the house is, of course, packed. I'll be in Oklahoma City for a few days, and I only have a quick minute. I may jump on a live, probably maybe midnight Oklahoma City time. That'll be late. So if I decide to jump on tonight, notifications. But I'm going to say one thing. It says lead or lose, and I'm listening to. And I'm gonna be honest, there's far too many of us black men in particular, and I was number one in this line. Growing up, shirking the masculine burden of leadership, wanting to come home to a woman that's working 50-50 as hard as I am, and needing her to motivate and drive me and all this other shit. And that's a joke. Other groups of men laugh at us because we are so damn romantic-minded and so partner-minded. And this is why I believe, rightfully so many of our women have a hard time looking at us with respect, because we keep telling them that we are the men we need to be because they motivate us. No, they can inspire you, but motivation needs to be you. Some of the shit I hear men talking about cannot line up with your masculinity, your killer instinct, or your balls. And I would tell you, when I thought like that, I was the weak beta male version of myself. When I thought like that, I was always in a power deficit in a relationship because I was pedestalizing my woman, thinking I'm being a good man. A good man is a man who knows he can lead. And either you lead or you get out the way. You lead or you get out the way. Because putting that kind of pressure on a woman's shoulders is not good. And we almost think it's some sort of virtue. Like, I wouldn't hold my woman back. I wouldn't let her do this. I wouldn't let I'm like, motivation and building and goals and stuff like that does not come standard on the female model. That's not what's standard on females. So I'm gonna say this right now. Men, black men, please stop thinking because you want to be a man that makes you toxic. Because we're the only group of men who think like this en masse, and think because we want to stand on our masculine square that all of a sudden that makes us misogynistic or toxic. Well, part of the reason why we need to step up from being at the bottom. And I would tell you, I was there. And I have to remind myself this over and over and over again because I wasn't raised to think like this. So I'm not trying to act like I'm better than anybody. but it's just fundamentally wrong. It don't even sound right to your manly spirit to hear men saying no shit like this. Leave that Luther Vandross, mint condition, babyface, and Joe shit for the bedroom. Get your man shit on out here in the real world.
So I mean, he used a lot of quotes that I said in my response. But again, I'm not type person to take things personally. And the first time that I was reading the comments and like I heard what he said, I thought that we didn't really disagree much, to be honest. I think our disagreement came in the types of leadership, which is what I was telling them on stage. I brought up an analogy, right? The Baltimore Ravens in 2000. When they won the Super Bowl, best defense in the world, one of the best defenses in history, all of that, right? There's different types of leadership. You have a Ray Lewis type of leadership who's beating his chest, he's loud, he's in everybody's face, he hyped, he on the sideline, he getting everything, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. And then you have a Ed Reed type of leadership who everybody in that locker room knows this is the best safety to ever play this game. He's not loud, he's not doing none of that. He's kind of quiet, he's introverted. He speaks when it's time to speak, and when he speaks, everybody in the room shut up and listen. Because he has so much respect, you know what I'm saying? So there are different types of leadership. There are different ways to run your relationship, essentially. And my way is not a Ray Lewis type. I don't, just like I told him on stage, even in my friend circles, in my regular life, amongst my family, I'm not a rah-rah guy. I'm not a person that feels like I have to announce that I'm the alpha male in here, that I'm the man and I'm running things. No. I just move a certain way and people gravitate to me. That's just how it always been. My relationship is no different. But that, again, just like I told him, that doesn't mean that I'm reserved. That doesn't mean that, you know, if another man play with me, I won't knock your head off your shoulders. That's not what that means. That means that I just move differently. I'm not as pronounced. But again, if you think for 1 second that I'm not leading my relationship, that is ridiculous.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
I just don't agree with the whole logic of the thing, right? Because the way he's speaking in totality of all men.
Right.
We are not equal.
You get what I'm saying? But not even that. If we just break it down into races, right? We break it down to all races.
That's what I'm saying.
We are the only race on this planet that don't own no vital resource that's vital for the planet.
Right.
We are the only race. So how can we compete with any other race? We can't compete with them. Right? So we have to be on some, hey, baby, we need to do this together. The other side didn't have to do that. If they didn't want to give women rights up, because that was on them. You know what I'm saying? No other country has gave women rights up. That's just facts. You can look around the world. No other country has done that. If they didn't want to do that, they could have just been like, fuck y'all. We ain't giving no women rights up and kept it pushing. What you was going to complain about then. Right? Because they have all the power. You know what I'm saying? What woman you know on this planet that owns a vital resource? It's not one. Right? But you can we can look up names of every other race on this planet that owns a vital resource that trades for the world, not just a country, for the world.
Right.
The one name you won't see on there, in race on there, is black people.
See, Smooth, you're right. And the thing is, I don't think that that's what they're speaking to. They saying that if we are to close this gap, we have to emulate what generations before us and those other groups have done to get there, which means the man being at the front and you, I guess, kind of just being the man, stepping up, making more money, and then
you can't
meshing your family together, controlling your family with more of an iron fist than what's going on right now.
We can't do that because it's just one person. You're just one person. Your arm don't reach far enough. If it's two of y'all making 100 racks, it's more than just you making 150. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But again, just playing devil, because I don't believe in what they're saying. But I guess I'm not explaining it to you thoroughly enough. What they're saying is, as the man, it's your job to get the family on one accord to push you toward what it is you're doing. So they're saying essentially it's like you say, I'm making 100,000, my girl making 100,000. They saying if you're running your household right, your family should be able to push you to make that 200 alone. Everybody in the family should play a role in you and pushing the man to make that money.
Like he's the CEO.
Exactly.
It kind of trickles down from there.
Exactly.
Everybody else do their job.
I'm looking at it like, all right, if I elevate to 200,000, right? But my wife loses 100,000, we still in the same spot. We still in the same spot. Even with me controlling it all. because everything breaks down to dollars and cents. If we both bring it in 100,000 together, that's 200,000. If I get a promotion to where she has to come off that $100,000 job and I'm making 200, we still in the same spot, right? That doesn't affect my leadership at all. You get what I'm saying?
No, you are making the point that I was making, but continue.
So I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And then on top of that, the other side didn't have to do that. Mm-hmm. They didn't have to do, no other race on this planet had to do that. You get what I'm saying? They was allowed to, I'm gonna boss hog this shit just for me. Period. You follow what I tell you to follow or get gone. Cause I'm gonna be rich forever. Black men, we can't do that. We can't do that. Right? Cause even if you get $10 million, shit, you can blow $10 million in a lifetime these days. You can blow that. So how does that affect leadership? Just because I allow my wife to do what she want to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to allow her to do what she want to do outside of me. But I'm going to allow you to do that. You chase your dreams down, whatever. You know what I'm saying? As long as the household is taken care of, my kids being raised right, goddamn, we living how I envision us to live, everything else is on the table.
But see, this is what they was arguing, right? Because I was making that point. But what they was arguing was this. Mm-hmm. Most women do not want to work.
Yes.
Most women want to follow their man.
They want you to make decisions.
Right. Like everything. If they could help it, they would not work. If their man was making enough money, they would not work. They would just support whatever it is that their man doing. But they're saying that women are being forced to work because men are not, quote unquote, dragging their nuts and being more men and setting up the family for success like those other races did on the come up. Because don't get me, the only people that really came into the situation with money was white folks. But as far as Asians, as far as, you know, the Jewish community, as far as whatever, like they started from the bottom too. But they saying that those cultures escalated because of the, I guess, strategy that they are insisting that men of this generation use. Now, my pushback to that is, just like I told them on stage, I said, like, I understand that y'all, you know, glamorize older generations and y'all glamorize the way structure was created in 500 BC and whatever the case may be, but we are not in those times no more. And we are never going back to them. And the reason we are never going back to them is because women of that era had no rights. They wasn't making no money. They was not working. Those are not the women that are in existence today. And just like I told him, I had a conversation with my wife a while back. And I was like, look, baby, if I was to come up on $5-10 million, would you just stop working and just be a housewife? And she was like, no, probably not. Like I would probably want to at first. I would be enjoying not working and spending the money and doing whatever the case may be, but I would get bored at home. I want to go do something too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a lot more women with that mindset in this era now than there was in the past. And why is because women have advanced at an exponential pace. We say it, in the next 10 to 15 years, women are going to be making more money than men. That's a fact.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Especially in the black community is what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So it's like, how can you say these 10, 15 years, whatever pass, and your woman is making more money than you, but because you want to feel like the man, you want to stick your chest out, you say, no, you quit your job and support me chasing my dream. That sounds crazy to me. And even in past generations, from what I told them, because a lot of them older men, which is what they are, right? These is 49-year-old men, 40-year-old men. I think Kevin Samuels is like 50-something, whatever the case may be. A lot of them glorify this past generation. Yeah, because Big Mama and whatever she was, happy being the wife, whatever, supporting her family. And I was like, no, she seemed happy. But if you really have a conversation with a lot of these older women, right, and you ask them, hey, man, if you can go back, like, was there anything you was great at? Was there anything that you wish you could have chased? They'll tell you, hell yeah, it was. I was super smart. I could have been an accountant. I could have been this. I could have been that. But I did what I had to do for my family at the time.
Some of them had degrees and just stayed home.
And we still have no generational wealth.
Right.
And we still live paycheck to paycheck.
Exactly.
Why? Because the black man has so much against him.
Exactly.
Right. It's a reason why whenever jobs nowadays, they only have 10% minority. You can't have every household where the black man is just the head household, because if every household's like that, only 10% of those households, one of those black men is going to get married, get the job.
Right.
only 10% of them gonna be successful,
and that's facts. And you're growing up in a time where you got black men that can't get jobs, or if they do get the job, they're fighting against other employers or other races to keep that job.
Yep. Right. Yep. Man, I remember my wife tried to be a stay-at-home wife, right? When she first came home from the military, bro. This is her words, not mine. I feel like a puppy.
Right.
They put on I can't imagine someone saying, you know what? Women say this. Women say a lot of things that they don't mean.
Exactly.
Let's be honest here. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine that you're at my salary? I make $150K a year. Mm-hmm. And I tell my woman, hey, you can stay home all you want, but whenever you want to spend something, you need to holler at me.
And you know what's crazy?
And some gonna be okay with that.
But you know what's crazy? I wasn't even on that type of time.
At first, until you cut that card off, say, hey, you spending too much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't go buy this. You can't go do that. Now it's why I'm on leash. Why yep. I sit at home all day, I take care of these kids, and the one time I get out to go do something, I can't spend no money. I ain't got my own money.
Right.
So whose money I'm gonna spend, huh? Huh, Kenny? What I'm gonna do? What you want me to do? You just want me to come home, cook for you, lay on my back?
Facts.
Yeah, we ain't doing that, but keep
I mean, this is real. Like, you can't put people on a leash and have them not be able to enjoy life as well.
Facts. But
that's why everything has to, that's why I'm in that 50-50 realm. Not even 50-50, 60-40.
Right.
Regardless of it, you have to go shoot for your dream just like I'm shooting for my dream.
I agree.
Exactly.
And if we don't mesh, we just don't mesh in the same path. And when you go find somebody that meshes on your dream, don't go out here and you find somebody y'all dreams don't mesh and you still marry them.
Facts.
Now that's how you have baby mamas, baby fathers.
Or you have people that have been married 30, 40 years that hate each other now and have regrets.
Every black household family has that story of big mama or the grandfather that, he had six kids on the other side of the family, mm-hmm. or big mama wasn't happy, but she did what she had to do to support the family. Do you think she really was happy?
No.
You think anybody is happy when they know their man or their woman is stepping out on them?
Hell no, they ain't happy. You can tell by how they be.
And not just stepping out on them, stepping out and having kids.
And you want to go back to traditional relationships. Back then in traditional relationships, we were in poverty.
Facts.
But that's what they won't tell you.
We were in poverty.
We
couldn't survive off of $25, 25-cent hamburgers. We were still looking for money to scrounge up to get $25 hamburgers or Happy Meals. 25-cent Happy Meals.
That's facts.
Back then in traditional relationships, even though we chase or push for the man to have his career.
That's a fact.
When the facts in front of you are that these women are very intelligent, can hold their own, but still want to have a family, and you can still push for your career and still have a family, and y'all can still mesh that way. Exactly. But y'all not looking for that. Y'all y'all want to be masculine. Y'all want to control shit.
Exactly.
And then when shit break down, guess what you do? Go commit suicide. But we're not gonna go that route.
It's real. Mm. And on top of that, right, another point that I brought up is the reason why I wouldn't step on my wife's dreams, because what we are doing when we do that is we are crippling our women. Mm-hmm. Like, I know, again, just like what they talking about, this, I'm the man, I'm leading, I'm taking care of her, I'm taking care of this, whatever the case may be. But just like the situation I presented, say y'all married 20 years and she put her dreams on hold. She was in college, whatever. You talk, nah, baby, just stop all that. Just support me doing my situation. So y'all been married 20 years. She stopped going to college, stopped working, didn't do none of that. She been a housewife for 20 years. And y'all get a divorce. Now she has no work experience, no nothing. She's 45 years old. Now she has to go try to find a man to latch on to after you done took her prom for her.
Know what she does? She gets your alimony. She gets your divorce. She gets all that. Now she's the bad guy because she took everything you had.
Exactly.
She take half of everything.
You didn't do nothing for me. I was doing this. I worked all this. I got my own. Well, I actually.
You went built that business up?
I put my career on backhold for you like I was supposed to do.
Right.
Like you say do. Mm-hmm. And now when I want to go get I ain't got shit. Hey, I need my alimony. I need this. Right. Y'all don't look.
No. They look at it. They don't care. And that's again another point I want to get to today, because the question is, are traditional relationships dead? And I would say yes. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of these older men, if we just gonna keep it 100, respect to them, salute to them, this is no shot at them, whatever the case may be, but a lot of those older men that are giving this advice, that aren't rich, are single. been divorced 2-3 times, whatever the case may be. Why? Because they're trying to force traditional ways on modern women. That shit is over. It's over with. Women have more rights. Women are making more money. Women are individuals now. So for you to treat her like she's dependent, she's not going for that.
She's a servant.
For me, these days, and we all know the traditional woman is dead. That traditional woman is dead.
Shit over with.
But these days, for a woman to be like that for real, she's a bum. She is lazy, right? And when she get tired of you, or when she trick you into having this family, having 2 kids from you, waiting her time out to let you build your business into $1 million, $3 million business, she take half your shit. Now she never got to work. You got to pay her alimony for the rest. You think she gonna get married again, bro? Come on. Cause you think, bro, a man of that, you gonna pay her like $3,000 a month alimony alone.
Or you gonna jump off a bridge.
You know what I'm saying? And then she get everything.
And this is another thing. If you think that those women are happy in them relationships, even with rich men, you are out of your goddamn mind.
Out of your mind.
And I can speak firsthand experience. NBA players, girlfriends, wives, NFL dudes, chicks that they date, and these video vixen models, they have all shot at me before while being married. Why is that, right? Because when you come into the situation, you broke, and that man give you everything you want from a financial perspective, but he's not giving you time. He's not giving no effort. He's not sending effort to you. So after you buy everything you want, now, okay, I'm left with these 2 or 3 kids. This man is never home because he's out chasing his dreams, whatever the case may be.
And on the hoes.
And on hold and cheating on her and doing all that shit. Do you think that she's just gonna stay faithful to you and stay happy? No, she's not. She's gonna go with a dude, even if he a low level dude, not making as much money as you making, but he got time.
He got time.
So that's why you have the situations like Shaq wife. That's why you have the situations like, again, a lot of these dudes, and I ain't gonna blow up their situations. I ain't gonna name the players, but this didn't happen at least 9 times at least.
Wait a minute.
Chick shoot at me or whatever, and I'm going look it up. Oh, she dates such and such. Oh, he in the league. Oh, he rich. Why are they doing that?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So again, trying to force traditional mindsets on modern people is just not going to work. And that's why in that discussion, I was like, this sounds more like a generational thing, to be honest. And again, I'm not going to take shots at how y'all run y'all situation. However y'all do it is how y'all do it. But me and my old lady been together going on 14 years. So I'm obviously doing something right, right? There are multiple ways to get to the destination. You ever typed in the address on Google Maps and they give you 4 different ways to get to it?
One maybe be 4 minutes slower, but it's still gonna get you there
to the same goddamn spot. So I would never look at somebody, because there are some traditional women in this era. There are a lot less of them than what used to be.
Way lot less.
You know what I'm saying? But there are some traditional women in this era, and if you could run into a woman like that and make it work, all more power to you. I'm not saying how you run your dynamics of the relationship is wrong. What I'm saying is the percentage of it working in this era of you not dating an older woman. I'm talking about a younger woman. That's a millennial. That's out here chasing it. That's out here getting to that bag. If you think that she's just gonna bow down to you because you are the quote unquote man, you are sadly fucking mistaken.
And
that's why
money.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of y'all cannot maintain relationships. If we just gonna put it on the table, that's why you've been divorced 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's just real.
I don't. Part of what he's saying makes sense, but then of course I agree with where y'all coming from, because it's more logical. It makes the most sense, especially with today's 2021. But it's still somewhere in there where I feel like he's kind of saying, to me, how I interpreted it it's that just that dominance in a relationship, because today a lot of men were losing respect from women as a whole. So coming in 50-50, they look at you as an equal, when yes, we know things are equal, but it's those just roles, those natural roles in society that we talk about all the time. Because if we had no money, all of us had no money, but except you have a wife and you have a kid, whatever it is, who gonna go out and hunt and get the food?
You know what
the man is. You're not gonna send a woman for that.
But
you know
but look,
she may do side duties. She may do side duties. She gonna get the fruit from the garden, or she gonna get some water with the kids or whatever. But as far as like the heavy load, the heavy lifting in a relationship, we gonna have to do that.
But look, not to cut you off, and what you're saying is 1,000% right, because I've heard that hypothetical situation used 100 times, right? If all the power cut out and all the technology went away and we was just forced to be bare minimum people, the man would have to take his role, the woman would have to take his role. That's 100% right. But again, I'll repeat what I said on that show. We are never going back to that. That time is over.
But I feel
we
like
are not going back to rudimentary times.
Right. But I'm saying I still feel like it still translates, because I feel at the end of the day, we're still going to have to shoulder the heavier load of
course.
it. She is going to do her part, and it's going to be a vital role. But we still have to do ours, and we have to, I feel like we still have to make sure it's established. And we know that because a lot of relationships now, you know what I'm saying? Fortunately, you guys have good relationships, but everybody's relationships not like that. So women are looking down on men because they feel like they're still equal. Like, I can do what you can do, so why are you here?
Right, but I feel like those same men are not moving like grown men, and that's why they're looking down on them. Again,
It's some of both, though. Yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
like, again, just like I told them, if you are moving the way that you're supposed to move as a grown man, because one of them asked me like how my dad's situation was with the marriage, and he was like, was it more of an egalitarian or was it, you know, he making the decisions? I said, my dad he's a laid back dude, but he's a grown man. He's going out, he's moving. Hey, this is how my family is gonna run. My daddy don't raise his voice. My daddy don't really repeat himself. This is how it's gonna happen. Blah 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 blah. And when you move that way, and it's not a beat my chest. Declaring I'm the man, I'm running this situation. No. I'm just gonna move how I move, like a grown fucking man.
Yeah.
And everybody is gonna fall in line with that as far as my family is concerned. And I feel like it's nothing wrong with that. But they were trying to tell me that that's a problem.
No.
And that's the part of the situation that we disagree with.
Yeah, okay.
Again, there are different styles to lead.
Right.
You are in the corporate world, you are in a leadership position, management role.
I was just gonna say that.
There
'cause
are different ways to lead.
I'm exactly like that because they know I don't raise my voice. I don't yell. I do none of that. Even in meetings, we have a conversation. I say what I got to say, and we out.
Right.
Like, and I feel like I'm a leader because they know my word is what it is because they'll see me out there. If I tell you to do something, you see me out there. You see me putting up equipment, or you see me outside sweating. You know what I'm saying? In some good clothes. Like, I don't mind getting dirty. I'm gonna put in the work, so I'm gonna lead by example.
Exactly.
I don't have to yell and say, "Yeah, I'm the regional whatever." No, I ain't got to do that because you know what I am. You know my title. You see the emails. You read it.
Right.
You know what you're looking at.
So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But my only thing is it's like right in between that. Like what y'all are saying, and as far as just that role, I feel like just that role of being a man kind of needs to be reclaimed. So not saying you got to beat your chest, but in today's society, men are looked at as kind of weaker because they feel like they don't need us when they should feel like they do need us. I do need a man. I would like to help. And they know they do, but they feel there's not enough of us out here.
Yeah. And again, I think the answer to that is just grown men moving like grown men.
Facts.
And everything else is going to fall in line. You know what I'm saying? So if you take care of your business, you got your career in order, you're a solid dude with integrity, you got your own everything, women are going to come into that program and they're going to fall in line. Don't matter how they look. You don't have to sit down a conversation, hey, I'm the man, you're the woman. It's
right, no.
Yeah, it's just not necessary.
Hell no.
It's just not. But again, salute to them. How y'all run y'all situations, the message y'all preaching. Again, for the most part, I agree with, but it's that part that I went a little left with. I didn't really get it. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think that's an older man's mindset. That's a previous generation mindset. And we are not in that generation.
I'm going to be a real estate agent. Your degree plan to be a lawyer is on back hold.
Straight up.
Right now. Shut up. I don't care how many hours you got left.
But I only got
Who
2
paying the bills?
classes.
We are following my rules.
Who paying the bills?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Get your ass in the kitchen
before you don't eat
and make my plate.
I'm saying, bro, that shit sound crazy in this era, bro. That sound
Right,
crazy.
these women fought for their rights. Come on now.
This is real rap. But on that note, man, we're going to get in that advice column. Okay, the first one. Just going to read it. Well, no, this Dre Decker, Patreon member.
What up?
All right, bro said, hey, Krew, I hope y'all doing well. Smooth, I hope Lil Matt surgery goes well. I think he talking about the eye surgery. We was on live talking about that. Yeah. He say, sorry this so long, but getting my $20 worth. Say, Krew, lately I've been dealing with a lot mentally, and I'm just trying to get past it. A couple parts back, Trill said he felt bad when he could be making certain moves and putting things into play because he's not using his full potential. That's where I'm at. So I feel like I should be doing more with my potential. I've been researching tech school, so I get more into this coding and tech life. My real problem is I want to patent an idea I have. But thinking about it for a very long time, I feel this idea could change the game, especially for places like Houston. but I'm scared to pursue the ideal. Hell, for all I know, someone already 50 steps ahead working on it. I remember Smooth said you got to be okay with failure and having setbacks, along with treating each setback like it's a part of the plan. Mm-hmm. Any advice will be appreciated.
Did you just answer your own question inside the question?
I think he did.
I guess he wants maybe elaborate a little more.
Okay.
Maybe use some other examples.
So what he going to school for teching?
For coding.
Coding.
Yeah, he trying to, you know what I'm saying, he want to create a patent, but he a bit nervous. That's far as,
so look, I used to be knee deep in that the coding thing. I learned about it. I ain't gonna lie, through the black market, through the back market. But you gotta find somebody that's gonna let you in, right? Now when you get in there, it's gonna be a lot of shit you gonna see, but you gotta get to the task. You gotta get somebody it's gonna be I ain't gonna lie to you, it's gonna be a lot of nerds in there. A lot of nerds. You gotta find one that you can that's gonna talk to you in a way that you understand. Because when you talking coding, it's a different round. Just like if you talking accounting, it's a different round. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't learn it. Like when I look at them coding things now, I didn't learn it like that. Right? I used to be able to take these phones and put whatever on them. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you, man, I cheat on a game real quick, a paid game.
Dog.
Yeah.
Fail.
At Words with Friends, I used to score 1 million points on them bitches. But
Wait.
that's because
Bro, this nigga Smooth was in my living room. We playing it wasn't Words with Friends. It was something similar. But nigga, I'm in my room whooping his ass. Ring. It's like every time you get a word, it ring. Nigga Smooth hit that next round every single time. Ring, 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 ring.
Because we know Matt can't spell.
Dog, nigga, man had 10 letter words on there and shit. Like, hell no.
It wasn't real words. He was just the cheat where he just put a line with numbers.
They had the little outline.
it was real words. They had like a little computer line that showed me how to go it. That showed me how to spell it and what it was, right? So, but that was me putting the coding on it and all that type of stuff, right? Cracking the codes and all that type of shit. But the way I learned it in a sense of numbers and letters and special characters. I didn't learn the way to actually say it and understand what I'm looking at. Just give it here and I'll show you what to do. That's the way I learned it. I'm a hands-on learner, right? So when you getting into that coding space, when you get the little because most of the time it's just a certification, right? You get that certification, bro. They don't care how you get it done. Just get it done. Right? But you're going to have to know the terminology. But I would tell you to go on them back channels where you got them kids. Because in technology, you want to get with a kid with an open mind. Because they going to show you different trades and how quickly to do it and how to do certain things. Bro, I was 16 when I learned it.
Right.
And I learned it from a 13-year-old. You know what I'm saying? But he was so sharp. And he just was like, hey, you do this, you do this. Or you want to change the color of this? All it is just numbers and letters and characters. You got to put it inside this. You got to do this here. You want to break this, woo-de-woo. And I just start working with it. And you just got to start working with it. You got to find a way into that round, bro. And with that patent thing, and a lot of them be having connections to that. You get what I'm saying? But you got to find a way in, and it's going to take a lot. You ain't going to have to pay nothing. It's just going to take a lot of you opening your mouth. You got to become a people person there. Because somebody's going to have to it's going to be most of the time it's going to be a website to where it has nothing on it. It's just going to say, put your email in. And if your email don't match to what the registry say, or the person that invites you in, they're going to give you this link and you go in, you put an email in, then it's going to let you put your password in. And I'm giving you too much, baby. Just hit me on the back. Hit me on the back.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be honest, bro. I think a lot of times, man, we be feeling fear and failure for no reason, bro.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
At the end of the day, you don't have nothing to lose.
No.
Go for it. File it. See what happens, man. At the end of the day, it could go good or it could go bad. But either way, you tried it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But if you don't try it, if you steady getting in your own way, you steady trying to be meticulous. I want to have everything in line before I make the move. You ain't gonna never make the move.
Right.
Or you gonna make it 15 years later when it's probably no longer even relevant. And that's what a lot of us do. It's a lot of, especially people in our community that are super talented. But they just so scared of being successful. It's not scared of failing.
Right.
It's scared of being successful.
And unknown.
You know what I'm saying? Because, and I spoke about this a while back, I think that fear of being successful comes from having like it's a lot easier to explain never making it than explaining being successful and falling off. And I feel like that's what a lot of us struggle with. You know what I'm saying? Because like if I never made it, I could say, oh, nah, I just never got the opportunity. Man, I was talented. It's a lot of people in our hood saying that to this day. A lot of people that could have went to the league or could have, went to college, whatever. Yeah, man, I could have went, man, but the coach was hating on me, man. Or my knee, I messed my knee up, messed my shoulder up, this, that, and the third. It's a lot easier to rest on that excuse than somebody that actually go do it and then end up back in the hood 2-3 years. Like, damn, bro, wasn't you out there? You was just in the league. What happened? You out already? Like, it's a lot harder to explain that because that means that you just didn't measure up. So that's what I mean by a lot of us being more scared of being successful than failing. But I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta like what common perception is what it's gonna be. It's gonna always be somebody that's gonna say something negative about you, bro. Whether you winning or whether you losing, you can go out there and be 100% successful. You look at a Jay-Z or Michael Jordan or LeBron James. These are people that went out there and won in life crazy. And it's still thousands of people that have negative things to say about them every day.
Kyrie Irving is a prime example of that, right?
Right.
That man had donated his life to communities and the black community and all kind of stuff. And they didn't,
shut him off for a vaccine that we still dying from.
They trying to bury him. And it's like, why? But this is a person, again, who went about things the right way. He ain't never, skip practice for, no real, or just like didn't give 100% effort in the game. When that bell ring or that clock start, Kyrie gonna go 150 miles per hour to do what he got to do to get the dub. And that's all that should be required of it. But,
that we never heard nothing bad about the kid.
Never heard nothing bad about him. LeBron, too. Perfect example. This is somebody who came from nothing that became a billionaire in career earnings, talking about good marriage, good kids, great father, doing things for the community, building schools. It's people still, thousands of people to this day that's just finding things to pick with him about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just
struggling check to check.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, us being in our head, bro, you're not going to please everybody. You're not. Give up trying. You're not going to do it. And if that's your goal, you ain't going to never accomplish shit. And that's just real.
Go ahead. I say just go ahead and do what you want to do. Go ahead, try it out. If you don't get the patent, so what? You know what I'm saying? You can always find something similar that's out and add to it. You know what I'm saying? Put your own flavor to it, whatever. But it's still going to be plenty of opportunities. But you never want to be in position 15 years later where you say you didn't try.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or somebody come out with an idea and you was like, damn, that's exactly what I came out with. You know what I'm saying? You know, never want to have no regrets like that. So I say do what you got to do. Just go ahead and try it out. See what it do. If not, add on to it, build from it. But just keep, you know what I'm saying, being persistent about it if that's what you feel is what you want to do, if that's your passion.
Yeah, and another thing, man, you got time to make mistakes. I think a lot of us lose track of that as well. We get, oh, man, I'm 30 years old, man, I don't know, I got to go, it's now or never type shit. Bro, you got time to make mistakes. A lot of these people that are successful didn't get successful until they was 40-something, 50-something. Look at Steve Harvey's and the Viola Davises of the world and, people like that. Like, didn't start winning until they was 40, 50. They was putting in that work, putting in that grind every day, 20s, 30s. Damn, ain't nothing falling for me, ain't nothing happening for me. Then, boom.
Yep.
Little here, little there. All it takes is one.
You don't see the L's. You never see the L's.
That's real.
You're not ever going to see the L's.
So, man, put all that aside, bro, and go out there and chase what you chasing,
I'm going to say is the graveyard is the richest place on earth.
Man, come on, man.
Also, if you try one thing once, you're going to try it again. So with that patent, all you got to do is try it once. Mm-hmm. Once you do it once, I guarantee you're going to try it again.
Yep.
It's real.
In fact, you try one thing once, I guarantee you're going to try it again. You tried crack once.
I
guarantee you going to try it again. Tell me I'm lying.
You're not lying, but it's funny because a couple episodes back when you was like, well, what if she a crackhead?
No.
You smoke crack, don't you?
No.
But yeah, man, go out there and get it, bro.
That's my advice.
We gonna move on to the next one, man. It's from K-Back, Patriot Bill.
Now that's a long clap.
I know it.
Nigga, cut that shit short.
All right, he said, I appreciate y'all answering my question. Let's just say I took the advice. Next day after the pod, I dropped her. But to clear some things up, she was not pregnant when we met. Little bro was 7 months already. So I wouldn't even look at a pregnant woman's way. But now that I'm out here, Could y'all give me some tips on building a roster? I'm not looking for anything serious right now. I'm in college and I graduate the summer of 2020. And when I get licensed to be an aircraft mechanic, I'm going to work. So y'all can look up the average salary. I won't say, but let's just say I'll be getting to the bag at 20 years old.
Oh, trust me, we know.
He say, I want to wait till then to start seriously dating. But I think this is the guy. Remember that?
With the girl that had 6 kids.
I told y'all.
Hey, be honest with you.
I said the kid could be 8 months. Y'all say hell no.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. You don't want to wait until you start making that money to start seriously dating. You don't want to wait because you don't know if she's gonna be there for you or that money. So do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You free right now, but do your thing. But like I said before, if a good woman fall into your hands, bro, don't be stupid out here just because you want to be out here. You know where you going. If you got a woman that'll follow you and she got to drive herself, keep that woman, bro. Drop everything you doing and keep that woman. But if you never run into that, do your thing. Do your goddamn thing, bro. But don't be stupid. Don't be naive and a young man to just be like, oh, I'm too young out here, man. I care less if she a good woman. That's gonna fuck you up. That's gonna fuck you up.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You find you got down playing with these women and all that, and you see someone that's a rider that match with what you believe in and align with everything that you got going, and she fit into the program. Drop everything and put that woman into your program forever, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's something you'll never have to worry about. Your family structure you won't have to worry about. Somebody stealing from you won't have to worry about. Goddamn me, you won't have to second guess their movements. You never got to worry about that. On the other end, with you already making the money, you're gonna worry about that. It's gonna be in the back of your mind, whether she a good woman or not. It's gonna be in the back of your mind. So that's what I would tell you. Do your thing, but understand what you're looking at.
Hit them all, hit them long.
I'm with that too.
But be safe at the same time and don't get none of these chicks pregnant.
None.
Because that's going to ruin your life at 20.
None.
But yeah, no, I agree with Smooth, man. Don't be out here chasing it. If it fall in your lap, that's one thing. But don't be out here chasing it. Chase your career. Get yourself set up. That way when you run into it, you will be able to. It'll be a bit easier to walk away from the game when you got your life set up. But as far as you chasing it, that's going to interfere with the career. And we can't have that, especially when you're that young.
A roster builds itself.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But they don't force it either. Either way.
The roster can build itself.
Facts.
Especially if you look like me.
Well, it started so positive, man. It started so positive.
Bright lights are not in style these days.
Why I gotta be?
No, we ain't doing nope. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today. Nope. On to the next one.
What you mean, you people?
You people. Hey, man, shout out to India. Patreon member. Hell no. All right, she say, "Where are some spots to live in Houston?" So I plan on moving out there summer of next year. I visited for my birthday, but I don't know what part of town to live. Affordable but nice areas. And as always, I appreciate the part every week at work.
I mean, everybody's affordable is different. So
Yeah.
we're saying affordable. Are we just saying average? Are we gonna go average? Like, and then is she? Is she by herself? She need 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms.
That's a good question.
Where's she working at? What do you do?
Okay, if I'm going off a single woman, rent gonna be, if you want to be somewhere decent, rent gonna run you about 13, 14.
Easy.
13 to 15, somewhere in there. To be in a decent to nice area. Now, if you don't mind driving, you know what I'm saying, you can be further out the city and be living lavish for 1,100, 1,200. And more square feet, but you have to make that drive when you want to party.
Katy, Spring,
Cypress, you know what I'm saying?
Manville. Manville.
Well, you're going to be driving. You live up there, boy. But it's affordable.
It's affordable.
I mean, medical center, that's going to run about 1,500. Off the loop, Galleria area, all that, that's roughly where you're going to be at.
Yeah, about 15, 16.
Yeah, I would say, like, if I just recommend a spot, I would say, like, medical center area. Because I feel like that's central, either medical center area or like Galleria area, because that's like central. And I'm pretty sure that's where your job is going to be close by. So, you got to figure out where you're going to be working, and then you move from there.
Right.
But just hypothetically speaking, if we just got no information coming in blind, I would say Galleria area or Medical Center, you can get you something just like O said, 1,1400. That'd be about 700 square feet, if I'm not mistaken, 800 square feet.
Unfortunately.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's just what it is. So again, if you got some more context, write us, and then we'll give you a little more specific of an answer. We're gonna move on to the next one. This from Red. Shout out to the S5 podcast.
Delete that message.
Patreon member. He say, Krew, he say, what's up? It's Red. He says, Red again. I ain't asked the question in a minute, but I felt like y'all should talk about this topic. Do y'all think marriage proposals as of late have been more of a trend to quote unquote look good, women wanting validated attention and men doing it because it's their woman, as opposed to the actual couples being genuinely in love? So I feel like since the little hashtags have started around 2014, more people have been getting engaged, making creative hashtags, but not all see it through to the wedding day. But some do. So I personally know 10 women who got engaged in the last 5 years, and only one of them is married, while the others are on the market again, getting ran through gunshots. He said, I have this preconceived notion because my views of marriage has been obscured. He said, I want to marry a woman because I see her as a life partner, not because of the attention it'll garner from people. It's made me very cautious as far as which women I take seriously. So he said, do y'all feel like people out here getting married for the look more so than, actually trying to build a life together?
Proposing for the look, I guess, because they're not married if they just propose, I guess.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Both. They married for the look too.
No. Well, his question is, people are getting engaged for the look more so than.
If a man's getting engaged for the look, that's a strong ass man.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, whenever I proposed, that was just one of the hardest things I ever did in my life. And I ain't lying, I must have sweated harder than Ricky Bobby and goddamn what.
It's a lot, bro.
I'm telling you.
Some niggas, do it just to quiet their woman down.
How much shit goes through your head? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm talking about the big proposals. Bring your family around. You out in public. You know what I'm saying? I want this to be perfect for her. I want her to be happy. Yeah. The thought process that goes through your head when you do these proposals, those big grand proposals, is, to me, was very, 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 very big shit. Because I proposed at Disney. I ain't know none of these motherfuckers, but I was walking, pacing back and forth like I didn't know what
over there sweating.
Sweating because I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted to be what she wanted, and I wanted to be the right decision. Mm-hmm. Like all the thoughts that people say go through your head while you're doing it, it's like everything slows down. Everything in slow motion. Am I the right area, the right distance to get down on one knee? You know what I'm saying? Is she looking nice? Is her nails done? Mm-hmm. Is there enough people around to see this? Does somebody have a camera? Did somebody record this? Right. How's the sun look? What, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of this, well, in my head, that's a lot of shit that went on in my head. If dudes are doing all that just for the look on this, hey, shouts out to you, because I don't know how the hell you.
It ain't no shout out to you. You a damn fool.
I don't know how you put out that. That's some mental stress I do not like going through.
But see, look, let me lay the question, because I think what he was essentially asking, he say females do it for the look in this era, and men do it just because that's what she want to do. But his heart is not really in the proposal. He say he think he's seeing more of that these days. Do y'all agree with that notion?
Men not being ready,
right, and just doing it just because that's what she wants to do.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and then you wonder why you don't see them married, or you wonder why you see them broken up in the next 6 months.
Yeah, because he said he know 10 women that got engaged in the past 5 years, and only one of them is married. That is a crazy statistic.
So whose fault is that?
Both of them.
Both.
No,
I say the man's fault.
I'm gonna say that's the man's fault.
Ultimately, yes.
Yeah, he caved.
Well, yeah,
he caved to something that he didn't really believe in. He didn't really want to do.
But then she was pressuring him to do it. So right. I feel like you should pressure nobody if you kind of see that that's not what they're comfortable with.
We just had a segment in which you said, as a man,
absolutely,
men need to drop their nuts more and be more men, right? So can nobody pressure a man? Just like if I tell you right now, bro, you need to go jump off a cliff. You gonna say, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? I ain't gonna jump off no cliff.
But what I'm saying from a woman's standpoint, if you see that he's not really comfortable with that, or if you see you got to keep pushing him or reminding him to do something like that, then you should fall back. I think that's your sign right there.
Well, when they fall back, guess what he does? He takes the next step because he doesn't want to lose that.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. So he does what she wants basically what you're saying, he does what she wants because she pressured him, but she really didn't pressure him. She just left him. She was just getting ready to leave out the door.
She should just.
And he didn't want to leave that, so he said, "Hey, well, you know what? I'm gonna do what I feel like you want." And in her mind, she's like, "Oh, okay, he's really ready to take this next step now."
Right.
Yes, I do. All the while, he's still hitting Becky on the back end, and she find out now they're not engaged no more.
That's why I say it's both.
But see, we can't play both sides of the fence. We can't sit at this desk and say that men are the leaders and that men are, the head of the relationship, and the man needs to take a more manly, masculine role as far as running his relationship. That's not taking a masculine role. You are folding to what it is that your woman wants, and that goes directly against what you just spoke on.
I'm saying
in the last segment.
In that situation, okay, so ultimately, yes, the man should do what he needs to do. If he doesn't want to get married, or if he doesn't see her as somebody that he wants to marry, period, he shouldn't be stringing her along for all that time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, if you in that situation and you clearly see that this man is kind of nervous about getting married, you shouldn't put more pressure on that. You know what I'm saying? She should fall back because obviously he don't want that. But him doing that, her doing that, her saying she want to get married, period, even if it's not pressure, she just bring it up one time. He should still, yes, pick his nuts up and say, can we just have a little more time? Or maybe I'm not right where I need to be financially right now. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of cases, that's what it is. When you get in that marriage, now you're going to be locked in with a lot of stuff. And if your credit bad and you ain't told her about it, y'all ain't had that type of conversation, like, shit, that could get messed up for her too.
But whose fault is that?
The man's. Yeah, the man's. That's why I said the man's. Yeah,
so ultimately, it's the man's fault.
I said that 3 times.
Well, stop saying both.
Because she plays a part too. And that's real.
But to be honest though, I think like men kind of feed into that attention thing too. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I was picking my wife ring, I'm not getting her no bullshit. Why? Because I know she's gonna be showing it off at all at school, with coworkers, family, all on social media, and she cannot be walking around here representing me with just anything on her hand. So I'm gonna drop the bag. It just
women looking at it like
that's to please her. That's not to please the crowd. That's to please her.
But it's to please me too. Because it's like, again, she represents me out here.
But you said buying to that attention. No, that's to please her and you yourself. Yeah, if there was nobody else around, you still would have bought her that big ass ring, regardless.
No,
that's what
she got to show it off.
Yeah,
but that's what she wanted. If she didn't want that big ass ring, you're not gonna buy that big ass ring for attention, right?
I'm not.
If your wife said, "Hey, I do not want a big ass ring. I want a regular gold band," what you gonna get her?
I'm gonna get a level up above what she asking for.
A band with diamonds,
and it's ego involved.
And
it's ego.
And if she say, "I don't like this shit,"
well, I mean, she ain't gonna say she don't like something. That's not gonna happen.
I wanted what I said I wanted.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, then, if the ring is that important, we don't need to be getting married anyway.
What?
If this specific ring is that important, we don't need to be getting married.
You want to get her diamond, she want to gold band, and you gonna say you don't need to get married over that? All she's saying she want to gold band.
Question: have you ever met a woman that just want to gold band?
Yes. I've worked with several coworkers. All they have is a band on their finger.
Okay, so let me
and in a happy relationship with kids, successful.
Okay, so that's very anecdotal. So let me broaden it. If there are 10 women, how many of those women do you think in your mind are gonna only want a gold band? That's it.
I don't know because I'm not married.
Nah, don't do that.
I'm just saying what I've seen at work. I'm just saying what I've seen at work. Now, I will also say it's not too often that I see that with people of our color. Right. So I will say that too. But I have honestly quite a few. I've seen quite a few people at work. Like I said, I'm talking 10, 15 years, kids in high school, like they've been getting up for quite some time, and all of them got on just a little regular ring.
Man, boy, be capping, man.
I'm telling you, I've seen it. Now I know a lot of women want the diamond. They want the biggest diamond. They want a stunt to say that, hey, this is what my man can afford, or.
But the lifestyle don't match the diamond, huh?
A lot of times.
But the thing is, we want a stunt too. I mean, it's just
can
like
men have diamonds? I want a diamond when I get married. I want my shit shining too. Let people know my woman take care of me.
I got a little something.
Shit, my old lady we take care of each other. You see her shit gonna be nice too.
Instead, you got a a wooden band.
Got a pipe cleaner.
He got a band made out of those flowers. You know those flowers you used to pick out in the field? That might be taking it way back.
That paper, rolled up that paper.
He used to pick dandelions and wrap them up around you.
I want a divorce.
This all you deserve.
Hell no.
I want to show off too. You married? Yes. I am.
And y'all wonder why I say men want to be treated like bad
Yes,
bitches too.
I am.
Y'all gonna listen
You know
to
what I'm saying?
All right, man.
So imagine tell somebody you married and they see your ring, they like,
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Hell no. All right, man. This next one from Ashley, Patriot Bible.
shout out. What up?
All right, she said, "Hey, crew, y'all doing great things out here. You guys make 2-hour flights fly by fast while at work. So I met this guy in April, and we were getting to know each other. Everything was going on fine. He introduced me to all his friends, his cousins, his sister, his mama. He was doing relationship things. At one point, he even asked me what I thought about moving to Houston. Also, if I thought that I was ready to get married by next year. And he would tell me, oh, I promise, it's not going to take me 6 months for me to ask you to be my girlfriend. So a couple of weeks ago, he started acting weird. Like his energy was a little off, and I decided to ask him what was up. He told me he's been thinking about asking me to be his girlfriend, but every time he wants to, something keeps telling him if this is really what he wants to do, and he wants to be excited when he asks me, and that he feels like, I like him more than he likes me. And that he's known from month 2 that the connection between us wasn't as strong. So I decided to cut things off. My thing is, he knew he didn't feel the connection all this while, but he decided to string me along knowing that feelings were getting deeper. We haven't talked in 2 weeks, but he keeps reaching out to me, telling me he's sorry and he's feeling bad. But he doesn't want me to get over him. My question is, would you advise me to give it a second chance? But since he doesn't feel the connection, all this, while there's no guarantee he will months from now. Mind you, this guy's 31 years old, only been in one relationship when he was 24. Sorry it's so long. Love y'all. Ashley, I'm going to be honest.
Somebody be honest with it.
I'm going to be very honest. No, you should not give him a second chance. He does not like you like that. It does not take a long time for men to know that, okay, this could be my potential woman. It doesn't take that long. Mm-hmm. It takes a man a long time maybe to settle down or maybe to get to the point that he feel comfortable cutting everything else off for you. That may take a bit longer. But if he said out his mouth that he doesn't feel like there's a strong connection between you guys, or he feel like you like him more than he likes you, that's not something that typically swings the other way. Mm-hmm. In regards to men. Like with a lot of women, it can go that way. Like a lot of men have kind of earned their spot per se with a woman. It don't go that way with men. Like we need to be intrigued immediately. It's not a situation where, okay, you stay around, eventually I might grow to like you a little more. No, it don't work like that. Like we see you how we see you. Now we'll string you along if we getting benefits from you that, that are convenient to us. But as far as like him actually getting to a point to where I like you more now than I did, no. So you giving him a second chance, he's just gonna drag your ass along even longer.
She make it clap.
She's honest, man.
Clap. She make it clap. Clap.
What?
Yeah, I ain't got nothing. I ain't
it's finished. It's finished. It's over with.
Yeah.
What I need from
Matter of fact, before y'all start singing, please. Before y'all start singing, please.
Nah, fuck all that smooth. You do it all the time. What I need from you is understanding.
What went to the falsetto? Okay.
Get out the way, smooth.
Watch out.
Go ahead, man.
That relationship is over now.
That's just real.
Go ahead.
Unless you're trying to go.
You good? You don't want to add none of that?
Hell no. Fuck.
All right, we gonna move on. This will gonna be the last one of the day. This is from Clea Justice, Patreon member.
Cleopatra? Cleopatra Jones? Oh.
All right, she say, I love y'all podcast. I'm either agreeing with y'all or laughing at y'all. Keep it up and stay honest. She said, I'm still catching up on older episodes. She said, but I got a question. What is considered entertaining? A dude hit me and said he wanted to talk to me. I told him that I wasn't feeling him, but we can be friends. Dude hits me sometimes when he sees that I'm out and about, and I respond. I was told that I'm entertaining him since I'm responding. I believe that if I already told him what position he can play, then it's not my fault if he get feelings or not. He has accepted the position given to him. Am I right or wrong? And again, what is considered entertaining someone?
Two things can be true at once.
Hey, if you told him what position he plays,
But she's still entertaining.
Okay, she gave him a position.
Yes.
She obviously told him what position he could play. Mm-hmm. So in that moment, yeah, I'm entertaining you, but I'm entertaining you in this way. It is no more, no less than this. If the other side decide they want to be more than that ain't got nothing to do with me, baby.
You don't. But you know how guys will be. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she don't want him, he gonna always think that he got a chance. The more every time she responds, if she responds every time, he gonna think he got a chance.
Then he a lollipop, and she's supposed to lick that nigga to the core. Yeah, hey, make him pay your rent. Make him pay your rent.
You respond to my messages, I got a chance.
Yeah,
that's
make him
how
pay
you
your
feel,
rent.
right?
But if she told you from the jump what the position was, but she actually entertaining you. But she told you from the jump, hey, you only provide this position right here.
He waiting to catch a weeknight.
And
For
you
now,
keep hitting
I believe
her.
in promotions.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But you make them pay. You make the lollipops pay for promotions. You hear me?
Unless you know how to swindle the system. I learned from John Gruden. I like to send emails.
When I'm blocked, I like to send emails. LinkedIn messages. Yeah, to check on LinkedIn. That's crazy.
Keep doing what you're doing. Lick him to the core. Get your rent paid, baby. Come up off of.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. I gotta be equal on both sides when the situations flip. We speak about that all the time. If I tell a woman I'm not looking for anything serious, and you continue to want to kick it with me, you continue to want to, you know what I'm saying, stick around, that liability is all for me.
It is, but is it entertaining though? It is still entertaining.
Yeah, sure, because I want you at a certain capacity. Mm-hmm. I don't want you at the capacity that you want me at. Okay. And I've communicated that to you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like going forward, like you signing your name on the dotted line. That's just like when you fill out your promotion on your cable. It's like, hey, yeah, this promotion run for 6 months, but after that, it's gonna be, you know what I mean? Promotion right now, it's an extra 60 on the bill.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no negative 59.
That's just real, but you know what I'm saying?
You better call at the 3 month mark.
I need to renew.
3 months early, hey, that's crazy. But that's real though. But when you sign your name on that dotted line, it don't matter how good that the promotion is treating you for them 6 months. You sign on that dotted line that after it was over, the bill gonna kick up 60. So when that bill kick up 60, don't call me back saying, what the hell is going on? I thought, we was having a good time. I was enjoying this cable. No, when you sign the contract, that was the agreement. So again, I think people got to be a little more diligent in terms of what they signing up for.
So what is entertaining?
Entertaining somebody, just like Kenny said, responding. Like if it's somebody that I'm not interested in and at that level, entertaining them is, hey, when you hit me up and ask me about that small talk shit, which I hate. I hate small talk. You'll post a video. So, I love that artist. Have you heard
Who the fuck are you?
My nigga, put your smiley face on it and keep it pushing.
Hard eyes.
Oh, the hard eyes. I love the hard eyes.
Double tap.
Hard eyes.
Yeah, man. Keep it pushing, baby.
Right. But
I don't need no soliloquy.
Yeah, but like entertaining them would be when she asked that question, okay, yeah, I like such and such album, I like this album, that would be entertaining. Like you are engaging this person in conversation and, with the preconceived notion of what they want from you or what they interested in or where they trying to take this. That's what entertaining is. And
ain't nothing wrong with entertainment.
It's not, as long as you announce your intentions up front, which she did. So I can't say she's wrong. I can't. If as a man, if I like you in a serious fashion, because I'll put me in an example. Right, hypothetically speaking, me and my old lady not together, and I see a chick on the ground, I'm very interested. I'm liking her pics, sending messages, whatever the case may be. I shoot my shot, and she say, look, man, I don't really see you like that. I don't really see us having a chance. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it's over with. I'm just gonna move around and go on to something else. Or even if I move around with the intent to coming back and hit, I'm gonna move around anyway because I feel like, you know, if I deal with her in a bit more moderation, if I glow up a little bit more, then she's gonna come back around and get me. But I'm not gonna stay there and keep messaging her every day. Hey, that was a nice workout, you know, but just get a little low on the squat when you hit it. I'm not doing that. For she already told me, hey, I don't see you like that. So for me to keep entertaining her with the expectation she's gonna change her mind, I'm doing myself a disservice. That's stupid.
Yeah.
And you deserve to be lit.
You deserve it. So, you know, again, she is not wrong, man. But on that note, we're going to wrap this thing up. Y'all boys, shout out y'all social medias and things of that nature.
SMUV _ fuck y'all. I had to go first. Goddamn me. Yeah.
What was your name again?
Fuck you, Mitch.
_TURD. KT_Goodrich. All platforms. You can hit me on Apple Podcasts, Apple Media, late nights, late flights. You'll be live for Kenny T on the late night. Coming straight to you, R&B. Laid back with the slick back.
So well _fitness, all platforms. Don't forget, follow S5, the S5 podcast, the So Well 5 podcast on IG. You know what I'm saying? Spotify, Apple, we on all that good stuff.
Oh, is it Breast Cancer Awareness Month, huh?
Yes, it is.
That's what I was about to say,
October 1st
too.
started, man.
And then I was also about to say, ladies, if it ain't long enough, call Pee-wee in his face.
In his face.
If you don't get it off, call Pee-wee in his face to finish the job.
If it ain't girthy, it better be lengthy.
Goddamn.
What is the ending of this? Yeah. This is
This is how you know they miss part. Them niggas not trying to wrap it up. They just keep adding shit to it.
Something is wrong with that last statement. Pause
immediately.
And if his tongue game not thick enough, kick him out. He don't deserve no puss.
Jesus
Get him
Christ,
out of there.
D-Trill-AC everywhere, man. Y'all know what I'm at. Make sure y'all follow the Krew Season podcast on every platform. That's Instagram, that's TikTok, that's Twitter, that's YouTube, everything. Spotify's,
Facebook,
Stitchers. We everywhere.
Everywhere.
And today's episode is brought to you by. I'm just getting ready for the sponsor.
You about to go.
Hey, and goddamn me, tell a friend or a family member about the show, baby.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend, goddamn me, the enemy. Say, nigga, fuck you, bitch ass nigga. Go watch Krew and get the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Tell them about the show, man.
Send the people that
appreciate
disagree.
y'all.
Send the people that don't like it.
Exactly.
Keep sending them.
Like and subscribe, comment. That's all I can say.
I agree, man.
And now it's time for me to go eat because I'm hungry.
Straight up. And prayers out to Hitman Holla.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all aware of that situation,
Family
man.
right
We praying for you, bro. You and Cinnamon. Hopefully she make a speedy recovery, man. That's crazy. But I just wanted to make sure that we said that. Because that's family right there. So on that note, man, we're going to get up out of here. We're going to play a record from Dirk. It's called Pissed Me Off.